3 times Om Sahana Bhavatu. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Okay, I'll chant the Shanti mantra. Om Bhadram Karunebhi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashye Makshabhirya Jatraha Sthirairangai Istuštuvagam Sastanubhihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishvavedaha Swasti nastarksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I'll chant the few mantras what we have covered already. That's mantra about the external factors and internal factors of meditation. Vivikta deshe cha sukhasanasthaha shuchis samagriva shiras shariraha atyashramasthas sakalendriyani nirudhya bhaktya swagurum pranamya hritpundarikam virajam vishuddham vichintya madhye vishadam vishokam. Okay, so in this Upanishad we have seen so far that a student of Upanishad, Ashwalayana Rishi, he approaches the teacher Brahmaji and asks for the Brahma Vidya directly. Okay, and the student is well aware about the importance of Brahma Vidya, about the potency of the Brahma Vidya, and what result the Brahma Vidya can give, that is also very much aware of. And where to look for Brahman, that also student is well aware of. So in a way, what student is asking for, that please narrate me the procedure. In a grosser way, if I tell, please narrate the procedure, how I should connect with the Brahman within my own heart. Hritpundarikam. What should I do now on? Okay, so this kind of a query a student is posing in front of teacher and requesting to Adihi Brahma Vidya. Please teach me the Brahma Vidya. And as an answer, the teacher states one particular quality which is most essential or prerequisite for the Brahma Vidya. That is what? Dispassion, the Vairagya. There are others also, but teacher picks one here. Okay. And also says that all our external resources in form of money, in form of people, in form of whatever luxury we have, it doesn't help at all. At times it might be an obstacle, but it doesn't help at all. Okay. So all the inner qualities, and here the Vairagya is been emphasized by teacher. And having said that, the teacher also talks about the quality of qualified person, that how one approaches further in a Brahma Vidya. So for such person, the go-to approach is a Vedanta Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. Means understanding the Upanishad, understanding the Vedanta very well. Okay. And for understanding, study very well. Okay. And for study, have highest priority set, highest redesigning, restructuring of our external life and mental makeup also for studies purpose. Okay. And that study will be along with the sadhana the student is doing. Along with one's own sadhana, this study should be done. And that study, never a self-study, under competent teacher. These are the combinations are worth having. Okay. And as a result of diligent study, sincere study, having a faith in a scripture and a guru, okay, one bit by bit understands the Vedantic learning, and as a result one's intellect is very much clear, what we call power of understanding, power of clarity. Okay. Or there is awareness of the teaching. As a result of teaching, there is awareness. Okay. And that awareness leads in a further studies or the further digging up within one's own intellect, one's own mind. Okay. And the next, the primary kind of a study or the sadhana in a Gnana Yoga is Mananam, where one contemplates. Okay. Because Vedantic teaching I understood well. Okay. I understood well, and I can follow the thought lines also by myself. Okay. At first, the teacher is giving me thought process, helping me understand thought process, and then down the line, by my own self efforts, and with the help of teacher and God as well, I myself can reproduce, recreate, or just follow the thought process myself. So what exactly Vedanta I want to say, I know very well, and I can just follow it also. That's one. The Mananam area is vital because so far I knew what Vedanta says. Now I also need to address my own understanding, which I feel, which I believe to be right. Which I feel, which I believe to be right, correct. I need to address that also. Okay. That is said to be in form of a doubt solving, doubt busting, or rather recorrecting our own understanding, refining our belief system. All different names are there, synonymous. So that particular phase is also very vital, very important. And again, that phase also requires one's own contemplative, dedicated phase, in which one is a dedicated way, exclusively does contemplation based on the Upanishadic teaching. That's the second big stage. Okay. And as a result of thus doubt busting or refining one's own belief system, one is convinced, the seeker is convinced about the truth of not only Upanishad, but truth about myself also.
So he does this with the Guru, or he does it himself only?
Mostly himself, take the help of the Guru. See, the Shravana process is mostly done by teacher, by Guru. Okay. And the student is at receiver side, trying to understand. Naturally, there are also questions at that time also. During Shravan time also, there are a lot of questions, no doubt. But those questions are in order to understand the teaching. Okay. There's a difference. During the Manan phase, the questions are coming from within. Oh, I think this way. How come this like that? I think myself as why I'm so much worrying about for nothing or almost nothing. Apparently, I don't find anything. No. So, or such and many other questions are how come that Vedanta says like this? So, why oneself? Okay, because what I believe or what I see, I perceive, are so many self. I'm just giving one example or few examples like that. So such questions which are native to oneself, that one addresses by oneself mostly, and whenever one is stuck, whenever the seeker is stuck or doubtful or something, approaches to teacher. Okay, and in that line there are two ways where one can solve one's own doubts. Definitely primary is a teacher and another is a peers. But the peers also, the vagueness also gets busted away. Okay, so mananam. And then there is a nididhyasanam, which is contemplation, meditation. Now I need to more internalize the teaching, my own conviction. Why? I'm convinced that I am this infinite self. This BMI, body, mind and intellect, is just like another tool. I have that right now. The way I have a car, I have a chair, I have a house, same way I have BMI, body, mind and intellect. Okay, it's with me, that's fine, but it's not me. I'm clear, I'm convinced. Earlier phase, Upanishad says that I am infinite self. I'm convinced with why the Upanishad statement. What Upanishad says is right, this way, this way, this way, Upanishad is right. Or Upanishad is stating that. Phase 2, I know. I know that I am self, I am infinite self. But still it's a phase 2, not phase 3. Why so? Even though I am convinced, still I keep on doing habitual errors. I keep on just living my old ways. Okay. So I need to just weed out all these wrong notions or wrong notion based habits, emotions or beliefs, etc. Okay. And for that I need to further internalize my own teaching or my own conviction till there is none of such contrary ideas, contrary way of living and habits. Okay. Unconsciously I am fearful. Unconsciously something just passes by a drop, I just fear. Why I fear? I fear because I am fearful of death. Oh, but I don't have a death. Death is with the body only. I don't need to be fearful. All these things. Okay. Fundamental errors I need to correct. Errors at the core level I need to correct. Okay. So it's even subtlest most of the, I would say, very, very refined operation.
The unconscious ones are the ones that are really hard. The unconscious are the ones that are really hard.
Is it hard? It's really hard, yes. That's why it's very subtle.
Sometimes you feel that everything's going well, and when you have a dream, it actually exposes where you really are, unconsciously, that you didn't really appreciate how deep. But Swamiji, sometimes it also reflex, no? Like suddenly something comes and suddenly your body takes a reflex.
The reflex is a one thing, but we know if we are keenly observing ourselves, we can find out the difference between reflex and the fear. Isn't it? Reflex is a one thing, like something like all of a sudden the monkey jumps down here, so it will be reflex. Okay.
That we will just.
What is this?
Yeah.
You know, like or something just dropped down. What it is? But then if it is a monkey, there will be fear also. And if it is just a twig, it's okay, twig. Right? So it's always like that. So that's why this very, very subtle process or meditation, it is a must, and it should be followed by all systematic learning methodology. Okay. I'm just using few rational, intellectual based words, but it should be coupled with devotion. It should be coupled with the faith in a scripture and guru also, and diligence, sincerity. All qualities should be coupled with our sincere effort.
So is this also related to the dream state, or it's only in the
Waking
state only?
Waking. You just take care of your waking. The dream and deep sleep will be taken care of. Okay, it will be taken care of. All sadhanas we need to do in a waking only. Okay. So that's what we have just seen so far, and as a result, one abides with the Brahman, one becomes infinite, one knows I am infinite rather, and for that now the Upanishad is also giving the procedure, the what should we do, how to meditate. Okay, how to meditate, and that we have seen yesterday, that one external setup, the care one need to do, that there must be solitude, there must be tidy, clean place. Even Bhashyakar, Shankaracharya ji also says that such external, tidy, clean place also should be free from fear, sense of fear also. We should not have the fear that some snake or some tiger may just come and it might be a last day for me. No. Okay. Because, the mind should be worry free. Shankaracharya also writes that. Mind should be worry free. Solitude means it should be proper in all sense. Okay. And then again having an asana, proper asana, and then you sit, your back, neck and head upright in the same line, not a question mark sign. Because many I see that meditation start with this and then ends with okay, so the Brahma Khichdi. Then we enjoy definitely end of the meditation session, but the joy is for deep sleep, not for a meditation. Joy is there, no doubt. Okay, maza aa gaya, but of what? That's the question. So that's why Samakaya Shiro Griva is a must. What is the hand posture? What is the leg posture? Is a secondary. It's not even mentioned. Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita don't care even mentioning that also. So one can sit in a chair also, it means.
Okay.
Because if there is a knee problem. But Samakaya Shiro Griva is a must. The back position, neck and head. Samakaya Shiro Griva Sanskrit. That is a must. That is a must not only in the beginning, throughout the process. Okay. So moment we just ease up and just try to do this, so we just should be alert that we are just drifting away from meditation. We are drifting away.
To tie that choti in the olden days, as you go.
They're for the kids, yeah. Yeah, these are all the props we say. Yeah. Props. Okay. So having said that, in one's own heart or core of the mind, one need to meditate. Meditate upon what or whom? It all depends on the state of one's own being. There are three options are given by Upanishad. Ekarupa Ishvara, Aneka Rupa Ishvara or Arupa Ishvara. Ekarupa Ishvara means my own Ishta Devata. It may be Shiva, it may be Krishna, it may be Kali, it may be even Guru, Ma, anyone. Just meditating upon Ekarupa. Anekarupa means now this cosmos having symbolized as a Shivalinga or Shaligram or any other. Mainly Shivalinga or Shaligram we have that from our Shastras. But keeping cosmos in mind, I meditate upon that Shivalinga or nothing whatsoever. See, here keeping mind means I meditate upon that form. I don't need to keep my eyes open and look at it. Okay, because in heart we need to meditate. The locus is been given clearly. Okay, so that level is being talked about here. In my own heart, I just reimagine, with a bhava, with a bhakti, okay, about this. So, Arupa Ishvara means there are no forms, there are no attributes, okay, but it's all about the substratum of entire universe, which is consciousness principle, existence principle. Okay, so meditating upon that Ishvara or God without any attributes, which we call Nirguna Brahma. So it all depends on one's own level of being. And mantra 6 and 7 talks about these all three kind of Ishvara: Arupa, then Vishwarupa, and then Ekarupa. I'll chant: Achintyam avyaktam anantarupam Shivam prashantam amrutam brahma yonim tathadi madhyanta vihinamekam vibhum chidanandama rupamadbhutam. That's the 6th. Now 7th. Uma sahayam parameshwaram prabhum trilochanam neelakantham prashantam dhyatva munirgacchati bhutayonim samasta sakshim tamasah parastat. So now actual process of meditation. Okay. Having done all these external cares, followed all external cares, now what exactly I need to do during meditation? That's been now stated. Atma sanstham manakrutva na kinchidapi chintayet. Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So what meditation is, very very clearly, very very precisely, Upanishad says or Vedanta says, Sajatiya Vritti Pravaha or Vijatiya Vritti Pravaha Nirasana Purvaka Sajatiya Vritti Pravaha. Means Sajatiya means towards my goal or towards my Ishta or about my Ishta, the thoughts about my Ishta I entertain. And thoughts other than my Ishta I neglect. Okay, I don't entertain. So Vijatiya means the thoughts other than my Ishta. So meditation of this order, so meditation of many different kinds, all has its own merit, no doubt. And all sort of meditation, type of meditation has its own merit. But here, what kind of meditation is being talked about, we should be clear. What Upanishad is talking about meditation means the Vedantic meditation means what? That one has that thought process, going on in line of my Ishta, object of meditation. Okay. Now, even I just give example. Here is a Arupa, okay, but Sarupa also, Ekarupa, Ishvara meditation. That meditation can be also Adharam Madhuram, Vadanam Madhuram, Gamanam Madhuram, Madhuradhipate Rakilam Madhuram. See, there are so many different thoughts, so many different words, but all thoughts are pointing towards one, Krishna Bhagwan. That's meditation on Krishna Bhagwan, Ekarupa Ishvara. Like that. So, Dheya, the object of meditation, can be Ekrup, Anirup or Arupa, but our thoughts should be just converging towards that Dheya only.
In Arupa, what you will see? In Ekrupa and Bhavrupa, you have something. In Arupa?
We'll see.
Okay.
So, here the mantra number 6, the Shruti, the Upanishad is another word is a Shruti. Okay. It's talking about Arupa Ishvara Dhyanam. And again, it presupposes that Vedanta Shravan and Manana is completed. One is graduated from Shravana and Manana. It presupposes. Okay. Otherwise, it will be nice sleep. Okay. I reached nowhere, I was somewhere, I don't know where, but it was nice. My time was passed very nicely. And sometimes, we feel nervous also that nothing is happening. That also, So, what is Arupa Ishvara nature, the Swarupa? The very first Upanishad says, Achintyam. Means it cannot be thought of. You cannot think about it. Khatam. What it means that Arupa Ishvara can never become object of my thought. Our intellect is quite used to of making anything object of the thought and that way know it. How I know, how intellect knows, I just think about that entity, that person or anything. That way I know. So, objectification is not possible. Means that Arupa Ishvara, the Brahman is such where objectification is not possible. My intellect cannot objectify. Such is its characteristic. I remember Swami Chinmaya, he had his own way to just deliver the message. He just says to somebody, just tell me about yourself. Then he says, okay, my name is, stop. I said about yourself, not your body. Okay. Then say, okay, I'm a son of, I'm not talking about your father also. Okay. Say that I'm 5'6", no, not about body I'm talking, about nobody. Okay. I'm very bright, no, I'm not talking about your intelligence. Okay, I'm an engineer, I'm not talking about your intelligence, no skills. Tell me about yourself. And that person was mom. Okay. So, I, without all different kind of attributes. Okay. Attributes can be thought of. And I connected with the attributes. That way, the I, Mr. I is appointed. Okay. And that's why it's ease of addressing. Isn't it? That through attribute, I connect with the I. Here, no attribute. Now connect. No attribute. The first thing it says, it's a achintyam, cannot be thought of. Because no attributes. That's first. Second is, says, avyaktam. Another bomb. Avyaktam. It cannot be described. Why it cannot be described? Because it cannot be perceived by senses. if I perceive by senses, then only I can describe, isn't it? So it cannot be described. It's not gross. It's quite subtle. Avyaktam. Okay. Then says Shivam. Shivam here should be taken Shivam as one of three meanings. Okay. The third definitely will take because it's going about is talking about Arupa Ishvara, formless Lord, talking about. So Shiva here, Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyante. It's in the Mandukya Upanishad as well. Means consciousness principle. The Shiva in form of formless Lord is a consciousness principle. And that consciousness principle is Prashantam, completely tranquil, peace incarnated, is a peace swarupa, is a tranquil. Okay, Prashantam. Amrutam, it's amarana dharma, is infinite. Mruta dharma, it cannot die. Amruta dharma, Amruta. That is the nature of formless Lord. And further says it's a Brahma Yonim, means it's the ultimate cause of entire cosmos. Brahma Yonim. And Adi Madhye Anta Vihinam, it's infinite. It doesn't have any form whatsoever. It's Ekam, it's one. Advaitam, okay. It's one without second. It's Chidanandam, it's bliss in a nature. It's Chit in a nature. That Gnapti Avabodha means that consciousness principle and bliss, that is its nature. Okay. It can be when we see through some attribute, that consciousness principle at subtler level, the consciousness principle is seen through the vritti or thought. The thought, existence of the thought is possible due to consciousness principle. Okay. So because there is a consciousness principle, thought is like that. And it is arupa. It's a formless. It's not gross. It can never be perceived by senses. Okay. And it is adbhutam. It is greatest wonder. You know what is the greatest wonder? This infinite Lord is 0 mile away from myself. It's a 0 mile away from myself, and still I crave for it. Still I crave for it. I just hunt for it. Adbhutam. Okay. And Ananta Rupam, it's infinite in a nature. And last one is a Vibhum, means that Lord, that formless Lord, consciousness principle, bliss and existence principle Lord, takes various different forms, or various way it manifests. Okay. So all manifestations are nothing but the consciousness principle at core. See, I again remember Swami Chinmaya. Somebody asked him, he was just looking out from his stay. He was staying somewhere and he was just looking out, and the devotees are quite funny sometimes, and just wanted to know things. Okay, so what is that guru or Mahatma is looking at, how they are thinking and all. So the devotee asked that, what are you looking at? He knew that he's looking outside, out of window. Out of window, devotee also could see. Simple. But still he asked, what are you looking at? The Swami Chinmaya says, I am looking at tree of existence. It's okay. This is Vibhu. The existence principle now has manifested in form of a tree. Tree of existence. What we say? Generally, existence of tree. No, it's a tree of existence. Okay. So these are the attributes of attributeless Lord. Achintyam, Arupam, Avyaktam, Shantam, Shivam, Advaitam. Okay. Ananda Swarupam, Chit Sat Swarupam. So this is all a seeker has to meditate upon. To think upon. Meditate means to think upon. Okay. And one need to think in this line. But what if it becomes harder? If it is,
What does think mean in that context?
think means in the fundamentals, whatever you think of, you are aware of, isn't it? If I say elephant, you listen also, and there is a thought in your mind also, and there is a image of elephant also. If I say horse, the horse means I am aware of it. I'm aware of it. So here also, thinking means becoming aware about the nature of consciousness principle.
Because all the things you've mentioned don't have any thought form. So as such, they cannot be thought of.
They doesn't have any objects, I would say, rather. You know, form, no object, no form, yes. Means we are so much used to of having a form or object for thinking. But there is something called abstract thinking also in our world also. Abstract thinking. Okay, so this is super abstract thinking.
We're looking at the manifestation. Something manifests, but we're actually looking at the manifestation itself.
No, the substratum itself.
Yeah.
The
substratum that has given rise to the manifestation.
That's correct. It rise to manifestation. It manifests itself in form of whatever creation we see. Yes, exactly.
Looking into the very dawning of the process of manifestation.
We don't even know.
No, we are looking at the dawning of the...
Dawning of the manifest. Okay. Kind of.
So from emptiness to manifestation.
It's not emptiness.
But not emptiness as we think of it.
That exactly. So it is, see, emptiness, we use the word with respect to something. Right? With respect to something. You know. So here, actually the consciousness principle is ever. Okay. So, and that consciousness principle is a substratum of everything, one. And that consciousness principle is, it can never be object of my thought, just like other objects, you know. But still, I need to think about the same consciousness principle. Okay. And it's possible.
It's a vacuum. It's a vacuum.
Yeah, it's a vacuum with respect to the objects of the world.
Yes.
When we connect or compare or take a base of objective world, you know, to start with, then we can say vacuum, we can say there is a nothingness or emptiness, like that, you know. But when we say from other side, from when we just think, from the existence point of view, it's everything.
You feel it, you see.
It's everything.
Sort of the mind sees it, not with the eyes.
Not with the eyes. Never with the eyes, rather.
Yeah.
Never with the eyes. It's only by the mind only. That's why Upanishad also says that one can know Brahman by subtle intellect. By subtle intellect. What it means by subtle intellect? Means there is something called gross intellect also, isn't it? Gross intellect means one is able to know only gross objects. Gross intellect. In order to know the subtle, we need subtle intellect. Means we need to just refine our intellect more and more and more.
So if I'm meditating on a mantra, say Shivoham or Aham Brahman, whatever mantra I meditate on, and then just being witness consciousness, I'm just looking at that mantra and thinking about it, what would that be? So what kind of meditation would that be?
Witnessing, you are chanting first of all, Shivoham, Shivoham. Okay? That is one. So that becomes a trigger point. Trigger point for mind to travel towards beyond the creation. Okay, Chidananda Rupa. Okay, and that is the awareness developing, ideal case I'm talking. Awareness developing in form of or about consciousness principle, Arupa. Okay, it's Arupa. Okay, so that's one. Now, one may think that it's becoming very hard, Once a while it's okay, but not all the time. All the time it's not, doesn't seem to be my cup of tea, What do you say? So I need plan B. So the Shruti says plan B, okay. There is a plan B is now that Eka Rupa and Aneka Rupa Ishvara. One should meditate. One should just, I would say, be honest with one's own state of being and accordingly pick the type of a sadhana. Sometimes this Arupa Ishvara Dhyana is quite tempting. I like that much, very much, we say. I want to do that only. And that's why Guru is necessary, because Guru also points and knows quite a bit about our state and points at and guides us, points towards particular type of a sadhana, okay, and encourages us for the further higher sadhanas as well. So, in mantra 7 talks about Eka Rupa Ishvara, from Arupa to now Aneka Rupa we have seen. Aneka Rupa means is a bosom of all the creation. Okay, that is a Aneka Rupa. Arupa means Achintyam, Ananda Rupam, Chit Rupam. That is Arupa, without any attribute whatsoever. And Aneka Rupa is a Brahma Yonim, is a cause, ultimate cause of entire universe. This universe is nothing but manifestation of that Brahman or that Bhagavan. Okay, that's Aneka Rupa. So now comes to Eka Rupa. If I am not ready for that also, I candidly accept it and I just go for Eka Rupa. That's also quite fine, because we are on the ladder. We'll rise to one particular state down the line. That's fine. And over there, the Shruti says, Uma Sahayam Parameshwaram. Okay. That Shakti Sahita, Shakti Yukta Shiva, Ardhanarishwara, Samba Sadashiva, Maya Sahita Paramatma Shiva. I meditate upon that. Prabhum, Prabhavati iti Prabhum. Okay. So here the Shivji is taken as an example. We can take other examples also, I just told earlier. And then there is a explanation about my object of meditation means my Lord, Trilochanam. Okay, 2 eyes to see all this world. Third eyes is a Gnana Chakshu. Okay, Advaita Darshana for the third eyes. The Bhagavan has a third eye also. And Neelakantham. You know Neelakantha? That, okay, the blue-necked Bhagavan. And why Neelakantha also we also know. There is a story behind it that Bhagavan drank the poison, okay, vicious poison, in order to save the world, the humanity. Okay, means Bhagavan is a protector. Bhagavan is a compassionate protector of the seeker, of the meditator. Bhagavan is my protector, you know. Bhagavan is my ultimate parent. Okay, Jagata Pitarau Vande Parvati Parmeshwarau. Okay, it's said that way also. The ultimate parent, caretaker, and you know, who, because of whom I am alive, what I am right now, because of him only, vagera vagera, etc., due to that Bhagavana. Okay, and nature of my Bhagavan is a prashant. It's ever in a meditative mood. Such Shivji I need to meditate. Okay, not doing that Nataraja dancer. Then we start dancing then. we start dancing because we love dancing, you know. The mind is just hopping here and there. No? That's a dance, you know. Without art, no art dance. So prashantam, just ever in a meditative posture with a half eye open, half eye closed, like that, just ever in a just looking within. Such Shiva. And what is my job? What is the job of a meditator? I just meditate upon such Bhagavan. I meditate upon such Bhagavan, such Lord. This is very important. Important because if I meditate upon Lord this way also, I'll proceed. I'll proceed further. This is a sadhana given by Upanishad. Many great masters also give the sadhana like that also. Okay. So,
but in this case, when we say I meditate, what are we referring to here?
I means a meditator, the seeker.
Your sense of I.
Sense of I, current I.
That is a consciousness principle.
No. That's a seeker, that person,
Well,
individual.
that is consciousness, isn't it? Otherwise, if you weren't aware of that, you wouldn't be aware of anything.
That is a consciousness principle, matter of fact.
Yeah.
But I need to realize that I am consciousness principle, isn't it?
Yeah, but when we're meditating, then I is there.
I is there, yes, that's true.
So isn't that what one is looking at?
Ultimately, yes. Ultimately, yes. But the point is, if I am not able to meditate upon I, attribute less I, then I need to meditate upon attribute with I. And it should be Lord only.
Okay, got it, yeah.
It should be Lord only. Okay. That way. So, Muni Bhuto Yonim Gacchati. Okay. As a result of this kind of dedicated meditation for long, you know. And see, here we just say for long, for a lot of time is involved and all. But one very interesting thing is, when we are doing very much sincerity based, awareness based, you know, bhakti yukta, means along with our devotion, when we go through this sadhana, the element of time, you know, it doesn't stay in our mind. Okay, when we just come out of this phase, this zone, then we say, okay, how much time and this and that it happens. How long it takes to realize, and all these things happens that time.
Lunchtime.
Sorry?
Lunchtime.
Lunchtime, yes. Lunchtime and sleeping, we should not compromise, never. We all just say, the doctor says this, and we all recollect all this, or no, that's so-called wise statements. You know, but when we are in a process, when we are into it, submerged almost, the element of time, you know, it just disappears. You all must have the experience, you know, in a bits and pieces also. Just goes away. So there is no during process or in that phase. There is not much of a question about how long it takes. Or rationally we can answer as long the process is pending, which is to be done, which is to be finished, that much time it will take. Okay, like that. Okay.
Many times it happens to me that when I start meditating at 8:45, at 9 o'clock the eyes opens itself.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a concept of time somewhere in the mind.
Somewhere is there, because this is how while meditating or in the beginning also we have trained ourselves. That we are talking about mental clock. Mental clock is there, but this kind of meditation or the process goes beyond the mental clock. Over there we are not training the mind such a way that okay, after half an hour or 15 minutes I need to just get up. Over there the mental clock is set that way.
Habit.
Yes, the habit is formed that way. Over here, no, I just want to go beyond the mind. I just want to just bask into the presence of my Ishta. Right? That way. So there is a difference. Okay, so Samasta Sakshi Ishvara Tamasa Parastat Ishvara. But this is the nature of Ishvara has also been given. The consciousness principle is a witness principle. Witness of all and beyond Maya. Tamas here, Maya, we can say ignorance, the Maya. Is a beyond Maya. Is not under sway of Maya, unlike us. So this way all three kind of meditation process, practice is been narrated by Upanishad, and the further few more mantras for the process of meditations are been given. I'll take one. This is how we just catch from the cosmos or from the surroundings also. Yes. The mind is intelligent enough to pick things, you know, over the time. It's whatever mind values will pick. That's the baseline, you know. And of course, based on one's own the mind's level of awareness, it will pick more or less detailed or short. Okay. Any question? Clear?
It's also, that awareness also exists in animals. Because we see, if I live in a village, you see automatically the cows start returning at certain time every day. Because they don't have a clock.
Yes, there's a mental clock, yes.
Their tummy.
Connected with the
Yeah,
tummy.
The tummy also, yes. Good. Yeah, miss,
Or
because
making time or feeding time. Or
They do go out and they come exactly at the same time.
Yes,
The
that-
same thing goes for a lot of birds.
a lot of birds,
A
yes.
lot of birds also come to feed exactly at the same time.
Exactly.
And we food out for the birds exactly at the same time. It's amazing. I cannot explain what goes in their mind. We don't understand, but it's there.
It's there, definitely it is there.
Some instincts in there.
Okay, so here the process of meditation, what one need to do externally and internally, both is nicely explained over here. And there are few more mantras again just as a aid or as a help to meditate upon all three kind of Bhagwan or Ishtadevata.
So Swamiji, these three stages that you have told, is it a stage of progression, or it's a different? This also you get Brahma Vidya, this also, and this also. Or
Progression.
else you have to just go
Progression.
progression.
Yes. So from Ekarupa to Anekarupa, from Anekarupa to Arupa. And again, it's not a MCQ based or choice based picking up.
You have to go in that process.
Yes, based on whatever, because see, you all, it's not that you are doing sadhana since so many years. It's more than one janma. Okay. And as a result, we have liking for this level of spirituality. Okay. And the practicing also we are doing whatever we are doing. Okay. So, based on that only, this type of meditation also should be picked. And the further, based on the roadmap given by the Vedas, the Shrutis, the further type of sadhana should be picked also. Both. Okay. That is an intelligent way. Okay, Purnamada.
Actually, circumstances may lead you on, because you come to a certain point, you become dissatisfied, and maybe you hear some talk by somebody which is a little higher, and then you automatically
Move on.
True.
go forward.
Very true. Means there are Bhagwan or this cosmos gives enough triggering points for us. The moments of trigger, oh no, I want to do this only. What I'm doing so far, this is the best route. We just take a turn. Yeah. Some takes turns like a highway exit, slowly, and then next road. Some takes a sharp turn. Bye bye. It all depends on individual. Bullet train. And then becomes a bullet train also. Yes. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.